Yeah, so we continue further. So this is the fourth video of atomic structure. So we had discussed about the atomic structure and the electronic configuration and how is the valency is done. Now let us understand the concept of valency or the definition of valency. Now valency is the number of hydrogen atoms that can combine with or displace or one atom of element or radical from a compound. So basically it is this way that suppose if I tell you about this element 2,8,1. Now it has got one electron which is extra. If this extra electron, if it's trying to give to a hydrogen, how many hydrogen atoms will be required to accept it? See, hydrogen is like this. Okay, I'll keep it like so. We know that hydrogen is like this. This is hydrogen, one proton, no neutrons, and there is one electron over here. What it requires is either to get away with this bit electron and become zero, or you want an electron to come over here. This is his own, this one it requires. That means one hydrogen atom can accept only one electron. So if it is, we are talking about sodium, what is the number of electrons it can give away? Only one. So how many hydrogen atoms does it require? It requires only one. Whereas this one has got two. So how many hydrogen atoms it will require? It will require two such hydrogen atoms. There will be another hydrogen atom over here, which will be there, which will be taking this. So one will go over here, one will go over here, and the other one will go over here, and accordingly the magnesium will require two hydrogen atoms. So that is two hydrogen atoms it will require for completing or making itself stable. Similarly, if we talk about chlorine, so chlorine has got 7, so it requires one. So it is this one which is going to come over here. So how many hydrogen atoms required? So one hydrogen atom required. And over here, how many required? Two atoms required. So that's why we consider the definition of the valency as the number of hydrogen atoms which are required for making this stable. Okay, so that's why the definition is this way, that valency is the number of hydrogen atoms which can combine. Okay, it is the number of hydrogen atoms which can combine with one atom of an element or radical forming a compound. Okay, कितना hydrogen atom इसको लगेगा compound form बनने के लिए? That is the valency. Here it requires only one, so it will be NaH. So the formation over here will be NaH. Over here it will be MgH2 because two hydrogen atoms will be required over here. Over here aluminum के साथ में 3 होगा तो AlH3 होगा, right? Because 3 hydrogen atoms will be required for one aluminum atom. Okay? Over here it will be chlorine के लिए, chlorine के साथ हो गया hydrogen एक है और chlorine एक है तो HCl. Right? Whereas in case of sulfur, it will be H2S. Why? 2 hydrogen atoms will be required and 1 sulfur will be there. You can see that I have written the metals first, non-metals later. So hydrogen over here is metal and here it is chlorine is the non-metal. So in this way, in hydrogen chloride, HCl, one atom of hydrogen combines with one atom of chlorine. So the valency of chlorine is 1. In water, H2O, you can see that oxygen would have 2 valency because 2 atoms of hydrogen are required to combine with oxygen to form water. Therefore, 2 atoms of hydrogen combine to 1 atom of oxygen. Valency of oxygen is 2. So accordingly, we see the valency is also the number of electrons donated or accepted by an atom. So the number of atoms which are donated or accepted, we just erase that part, that is +1, +2, +3, -1, -4, uske baad -3, -2, -1. So that is the plus means number of atoms which can donate and minus means number of atoms which can accept. Okay, so that is why the valency is the number of electrons donated or accepted by an atom, so as to achieve stable electronic configuration of the nearest noble gas. Okay, so what it requires that everybody wants to be like this. All these, see, or not all these, ये 1 2 3 4 5 ये सबको क्या चाहिए? हम लोग को ये बनना है, right from here to here. This ones they are going to give away and become the one earlier, the neon. See, before this, the noble gas was neon. Neon was nothing but 20, 10, 10, 10, 10, 2, 8. So this was noble gas. So sodium, magnesium, aluminum are going to give away 1, 2 and 3 and become something electronic configuration equal to neon. That is the nearest noble gas. From here, that is from silicon onwards, this 1, 2, 3, 4, these 4 will try to become 2, 8, 8 by taking electrons. These 2 are going to give away electrons and become like this. Okay, this is going to lose its electron and become 2, 8, 8. This is going to lose 2 electrons to become 2, 8, 8. This is going to gain 1 electron to become 2, 8, 8. Gain 2 electrons to become 2, 8, 8. This is going to gain 3 electrons for 2, 8, 8. Right? So this way, the valency is that it is to achieve stable electronic configuration of the nearest noble gas. Noble gases, for example, helium, neon or argon, have stable electronic configuration, that is, their valence or outer shell is complete. They have 2 or 8 electrons in their outermost shell. Okay, because they have got 2 in case of helium. Helium has got only 2, that is, it's got duplet. And the other ones have got octet, that is 8 electrons in the outermost shell. So that is why that is called as a stable electronic configuration. So electrons donated by atoms to achieve stable electronic configuration, metals generally have 1, 2 or 3 electrons in the outermost shell. Metals donate or lose 1, 2 or 3 electrons to become positively charged ions called as cations. The number of electrons or atoms of an element donated or loses represents its valency. Accordingly, you will see that if it leaves 1 electron, it becomes N plus 1. So here we can also write down over here that what will be the formation of the ion of this particular things. So the ions form will be this way. Na. Now, okay, let's understand this in a proper manner before we see this. Na is like this. So if you see the configuration, it is this way. There are 11 protons, 12 neutrons, and electronics is 2, 8 and 1. So it is this way. Protons is equals to 11, electrons is equals to 11, neutrons is equals to 12. Now it is seen that it is going to lose its electron. So it is going to lose this electron. If it loses its electron, now what will happen? The number of protons have still remain 11. The electrons have now become 10 because it has lost 1. And the neutron become 12. So this, in this condition, what has happened? The protons have increased than the number of electrons. By how much? By 1. That's why this forms into a positively charged ion, that is Na plus 1. This is a cation. Okay? So, the number of electrons which is lost gave it a positive 1 kind of a radical. It became a positive 1 ion. Okay, why? Because it has got no number of protons, more number of protons than the number of electrons in it right now. After losing electron, it has got 1 more number of electron than the one more number of proton than the electrons. So it is not electrically stable. It is not electrically neutral. It is a positively charged body. This is now positively charged. Why? Because the number of P and number of E are not same. Similarly over here, magnesium is going to lose 2 and it will become Mg2 plus. Aluminum is going to lose 3, it will become Al3 plus. Okay. Now let's see the condition for chlorine. Okay, we see the solution for chlorine. So accordingly we will be having over here, chlorine will be having the number of protons to be 17, number of neutrons will be 18, and the shells will be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So it is 17 protons, 17 electrons, 18 neutrons. This is electrically neutral. But what happens? This one is going to gain an electron. It is going to gain an electron. So there will be plus 1 electron. So there will be 1 electron which is going to come and sit over here so that it becomes 2, 8, 8. Accordingly, now it has become 17 protons but 18 electrons and 18 neutrons. That means the number of electrons which are present is 1 more. Hence, this gives rise to the ion which is called as Cl-1. Why Cl-1? Because it has given away 1 electron, hence it has accepted 1 more electron, and due to 1 more extra electron what it has got, it is now electrically more negative because of the more number of electrons. So that's why it is Cl-1. So when it is Cl-1 means it has got the electronic configuration 2, 8, 8 similar to an argon, but it has got a valency of -1. Got it? So accordingly, you can see over here that metals generally have 1, 2 and 3 electrons in the outermost shell. Metals donate or lose electrons, 1, 2 or 3 electrons to become positively charged ions, cations. The number of electrons on an atom of element donates or loses represents its valency. Accordingly, Na will lose 1 electron to become Na plus 1, that is having a configuration 2, 8 of the nearest neon. 2, 8, valency will be plus 1. So that is Mg is magnesium 2, 8, 2 becomes loses 2 electrons to give you 2, 8 and becomes plus Mg2 plus. And aluminum will be losing 3 electrons to become Al3 plus to form 2, 8 and his valency will be 3. Electrons accepted by atoms. So to achieve stable electronic configuration, non-metals generally have 4, 5, 6 or 7 electrons in the outermost shell. Non-metals accept or gain 3, 2 or 1 electrons to become negatively charged ions, anions. So the negatively charged ions, these ones are called as anion. No, this is called as anion. Okay, anions. So the number of electrons on an atom of an element accepts or gains represent its valency. That's why chlorine, which is 2, 8, 7, gains 1 electron, becomes 2, 8, 8 near to the nearest argon, and the valency is -1. Oxygen 2, 6 after accepting 2 electrons becomes 2, 8 equivalent to neon, and that is valency will be -2. Nitrogen is 2, 5 which accepts 3 electrons, becomes 2, 8 and the valency is -3. So in this way the electrons are either accepted or they are donated. By donation is done by metals, they form cations, and the one which accepts are the non-metals and they form anions. And accordingly we have the stable and unstable electronic configuration. So noble gases have stable electronic configuration, that is their valence shell is complete. The outermost shell of the noble gases is complete. They do not require any electrons to complete their outermost orbit. It is already finished. It is already 2 in case of the first orbit and 8 in the last orbit. So their valence shell is complete. They have 2 electrons, helium, or 8 electrons, that in the case of neon, argon, krypton, xenon and radon in their outermost shell. They do not gain, lose or share electrons. So helium will be 2 electronic configuration is 2, neon is 2, 8 and argon is 2, 8, 8. Whereas unstable electronic configuration, atoms of other elements have unstable electronic configuration. Their valence shell is incomplete. Their valence shell, that is the outermost shell, is incomplete, and they tend to attain the stable configuration of the nearest inert gas by either gaining or losing electrons or by sharing of electrons. So either they gain or lose electrons or they share electrons. And this gain or loss of electrons or sharing of electrons causes the formation of compounds. So let's see how are the compounds going to be formed due to sharing or due to the give and take of electrons. So formation of compounds from atoms. Combining atoms redistribute the electrons so that each combining atom attains a stable electronic configuration of the nearest inert gas. This is achieved by electron transfer, that is electrovalency, and that is seen in this way. So what we see is two elements, Na and Cl. So let's take the example over here. Okay. We see over here Na, which is having electronic configuration as 2, 8, 1. We have another one which is chlorine, which is having the electronic configuration as 2, 8, 7. So it is this way that this is the atom of the sodium, potassium, sodium, that is 11 protons, 12 neutrons, and then there is 2, 1 and 2, and then there is 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 and 8, and then there is 1 over here. Okay. Now, to achieve electronic configuration equal to the nearest neon, so it is going to give away this 1. So this 1 is going to be lost, and accordingly this will become 2, 8, and hence it becomes Na plus 1 plus. Okay, I'll say 1 plus. Okay. So this electron which is lost has to be taken by somebody. So this is of a chlorine. So chlorine has got 17 protons and 18 neutrons. So this is the first orbit having 2 electrons. This is the second orbit having 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then the third one having 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And then this one from here has gone and entered here. Due to this is now Cl1 minus. Now, this Cl1 plus and the Cl1 minus, they are going to combine together. Why? Because of the positive and the negative charges. See, this is positive charge, this is negative charge. The positive and negative are going to attract each other, and due to the attraction over here, they are going to form into a compound that is NaCl. Okay, so the NaCl so formed is nothing but sodium chloride. So sodium chloride is a compound wherein the sodium has given away 1 electron to become Na plus, chlorine accept the electron to become Cl minus, and accordingly they combine together to form NaCl. This is called as a electrovalent bond. This is a electrovalent compound, and the bond which is here is called as electrovalent bond. Okay. So, formation of a sodium chloride is with the help of electrovalency. Electrovalency, or we can say give and take of electrons. When the formation of a compound takes place by give and take of the electrons, it is called as electrovalent compound or electrovalent bond. But it is not necessary that every time a particular kind of a non-metal will get a metal which will give away its electron. Like for example in the air. In air we know that there is nitrogen, there is oxygen, there is carbon dioxide, and then some few gases. So if you see oxygen and nitrogen, if they both are negatively charged, okay, they both have got the valency as -3 and -2, oxygen -2 and nitrogen -3. If these ones need to be stable, they need to have some electrons from outside. पर कौन देगा उनको इलेक्ट्रॉन? मेटल तो है ही नहीं हवा में. Okay, so metal, like let's see this thing again. Let's talk about oxygen. if I see the compound, if I see the oxygen molecule, so oxygen, we know that it is 2,6. Okay, oxygen is 2,6, and nitrogen is 2,5. So it is this way. There is one atom which is the nucleus containing 8 protons and 8 neutrons. One shell containing 2 electrons, and the second shell containing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. And similarly over here, nitrogen is here, which is having 7 protons, 7 neutrons and 1 electron, 2 electrons here, and the next one will be having 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You can see in both these cases, you cannot have any metal in the air to give them electrons so that they will become some kind of compound. In such cases, they will need the help of their co-atoms. What are co-atoms? The next oxygen atom. So the next oxygen atom which is over here, this oxygen atom which is again 8p and 8n, and having the 2 electrons here, and then having electrons like this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. What they're going to do is that they are going to share these electrons. Similarly over here, the nitrogen over here, 7p and 7n. This nitrogen over here, we'll be having 2 over here, and then there is 3 over here, 1, 2, 3, and over here. So these are going to share these 3 electrons. The sharing of this 3 electrons and sharing of this is 2 electrons over here is the one in which, by which what happens is that if somebody is asking me how many electrons does it have now, so isko हाथ रख दिया तो कितना है? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. अगर इधर हाथ रख दिया तो कितना है इसके पास? 8. So both have got 8 because 2 electrons of each are such that they are shared by both the atoms. And when the atoms are shared, the kind of bond what we get over here is called as a covalent bond. It is a covalency. This is called as covalency. And the bond form is covalent bond or covalent compound. So when 2 atoms combine together in such a way that they share the number of electrons which are present in them for the valency to become in such a way that they achieve the electronic configuration equivalent to the nearest noble gas. So in such a case, they are going to be sharing the electrons, and such sharing of electrons is going to be called as covalency. So we see that electrons over here, so they are going to share 2 electrons. These are nitrogen is going to have 3 electrons, and accordingly they will be reaching the stability of the, so we have the oxygen atom, say the 2 oxygen atoms forming into a oxygen molecule. So in the case of oxygen molecule, what we normally do is that we are going to show it in this way, that the outermost orbit are going to be shown like this. Okay, यानी ऐसा है कि इधर आएगा 8 protons and 8 neutrons, and then shell over here, and similarly over here and here like this. Sorry. Okay, 8 protons and 8 neutrons. There are 2 electrons here, and then there are 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2, 3, 4. 5, 6, 7, 8 are over here inside like this. So this is how the O2 molecule is being formed. Oxygen molecule is being formed by sharing of electrons in this particular manner. Right, so this was the formation of the oxygen molecule by sharing of electrons, and they are given the figure over there, which is very, very important to understand. And yeah, they are that's the end of the chapter. Good. So very important things in this chapter are, firstly, you need to know that how to find out the number of protons, electrons and neutrons of an element if the atomic mass number and the atomic number are given to you. And accordingly, you need to find out the electronic configuration, the valency, whether it is a metal or a non-metal, and you should be able to draw the atomic structure of that particular thing. So that is the most important part. So to complete this particular table which is here, which you don't need to learn this thing. It can easily be formed by you. Okay, you can easily form this thing. You don't need to learn this. You know how to do it. So वो सिर्फ बनाना है. जैसे हम लोग ने कभी बनाया, तो I didn't need to remember कि हाँ, only thing what you need to remember is what is the sequence, hydrogen, helium, lithium, barium. वो sequence याद रखना है. और दूसरा atomic number, atomic mass तो तुम लोग को दिया रहता है. They are already given you that atomic mass of chlorine will be 35 and the sodium will be 23. वो दिया रहेगा. So you don't worry about that. So from the atomic mass and the atomic number, you can find out the proton, electron, neutron, and you can find out the electronic configuration by the electrons and then the valency. Okay, so it's an easy thing. And lastly is this combination of the covalent bond and a electrovalent bond. So this was about the chapter. Normally, very rarely they ask you much about the discovery part. So discovery part is a very small thing, which is normally normal. Yeah, but the Dalton atomic theory, very, very important. So yeah, this is about the chapter. Very easy. Okay, thank you.